Hey everyone, my name's Hannah, and today I'll be reading this book. It's called How Much is a Million? Let's see who it's by. It's by David M. Schwartz, and the pictures/illustrations are by Stephen Kellogg. First off, this book introduces the concept of large numbers, such as the numbers million, billion, and even trillion, to young children. So let me begin. How much is a million? If 1,000,000 kids climbed onto one another's shoulders, they would be taller than the tallest buildings, higher than the highest mountains, and farther up than any airplanes could fly. If you wanted to count from 1 to 1,000,000, it would take you about 23 days. If a goldfish bowl were big enough for 1,000,000 goldfish, it would be large enough to hold a whale. Presto! 100 stars. This book had 1,000,000 tiny stars. They would fill 70 pages. Climb aboard. Let's begin our journey of stars. Whoa. That is a lot of stars. All those tiny dots are stars. Can you believe that? Whoa. Let's see what these guys say. There you have 100,000 stars. If we take this 7-page journey 10 times, we will have passed 1,000,000 tiny stars. Let's do that later. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty, says the children in the air balloon. How big is a billion? If 1,000,000,000 kids made a human tower, they would stand up past the moon. If you sat down to count from 1 to 1,000,000,000, it would be counting for 95 years. If you found a goldfish bowl large enough to hold 1,000,000,000 goldfish, it would be as big as a stadium. If this book had 1,000,000,000 tiny stars, its pages would spread side by side, would stretch almost 10 miles. That's a far distance. How tremendous is a trillion? If 1,000,000,000,000 kids stood on top of each other, they would reach way, way, way beyond the moon. Beyond Mars and Jupiter too. And almost as far as Saturn's rings. Wow, that's way up there. If you wanted to count from 1 to 1,000,000,000,000, it would take you almost 200,000 years. That is a lot of years. If you put 1,000,000,000,000 goldfish in a goldfish bowl, the bowl would have to be as big as the city harbor. If you put 1,000,000,000,000 of our stars onto a gigantic roll of paper, it would stretch all the way from New York to New Zealand. Oh my goodness, that is a far distance. The end. These pages here, they just help you understand the concept of the large numbers a little bit more in detail. Thank you. So, How Much is a Million, like I said, is a book that introduces large numbers to young children. And I believe I might be able to use this book in my classroom someday, say in the math center or just even on my bookshelf. And I think this book would be good in either from anywhere from like a 4 or 5-year-old classroom, probably up till 3rd grade, maybe even. So Anyways, thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the book.